Thanks, Josh. And thanks to the Challenge Summit, and thank you to Corey from Spur for hosting another really great event. So yeah, I love it that I get to go after someone talking about dark matter and lunar rovers, because I'm going to bring it back down to the ground. And I'm going to talk about some of the ways that we're innovating in the city. Because something that's really important in the city is, with over 52% of the world's population moving to cities, budgets being slashed, we have to look for other ways to innovate. So one of our approaches has been challenge-driven innovation, crowdsource innovation. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. We have the coolest mayor, and he's given me the coolest job. I'm the Deputy Innovation Officer for the city. And I just wanted to start with a pop quiz. Who designed this spacesuit, since NASA's here? Let's see if you guys know. Was it, show of hands, was it Boeing? No one? No one? Boeing? Northrop Grumman? Oh, we got one? Really? That's it? Just one? SF Made? Yes. Playtex? That's right. The answer is Playtex. And I wanted to start with this slide just because it really highlights that it built into our history of innovation is this notion that ideas don't always come from the place that you first expect. So we, the mayor, the city, we fully embraced this, and we've launched our own challenge platform site called Improve SF, and we do like to find solutions to challenges. But first and foremost, we're really interested in building a community around civic problem solving. So one of our first challenges, I'm just going to go over some of our highlights. One of our first challenges asked residents, how should SFMTA improve your transit time? Because in the city, Muni is every San Franciscan's favorite four-letter word. So we thought that this was a great challenge to start with. So we posted some of our SFMTA's transit proposals, and as you can probably guess, reduce the number of transit stops got the most votes. But what was more interesting was actually the comments. For example, Jason L. writes, there are way too many stops on a number of bus lines. Removing every other stop would speed up bus travel time significantly with little overhead. And Jennifer N. responds, decreasing the number of stops will make Muni less accessible for me and plenty of others with mobility problems. I think Muni can be made more efficient while maintaining its great accessibility. And then Chris P. responded, and Chris P. works for the SFMTA. And he wrote, hello Jennifer, thanks for your feedback on accessibility. I too am a person with mobility issues and also value how accessible Muni is. So I think that this highlights two things. The first, that instead of citizens hating on government, they could talk to each other and understand the complex and hard decisions that our agencies have to make. And second, it provided a channel for government to directly interact with citizens. So citizens didn't think that their comments were just going into a black hole, no pun intended, but they were actually being listened to and they were actually being responded to. Because when you think about it, what are the touch points between government and citizens typically? It's taxes, it's parking tickets, and the line at the DMV, right? All pretty negative experiences. So Improve SF has shown us and shown our constituency that you can have some positive interactions with government. The next challenge we launched was a fun one, and our platform is relatively new. It's only been active, it's only been live since April. So we wanted to hold a kind of fun challenge that would really celebrate the city and its residents. So I'm just going to play the video that was our call to action. Do we have sound? I can just hold the microphone. taxpayers would not be very pleased if we spent their money on things like logos. But it's really important that our MTA, which is a world-class transport agency, have a brand that can identify them. And I just want to point out also that our Improve SF logo and that video were made by volunteers from our community. So this platform, you know, I think what you mentioned earlier, Jeffrey, about the I or the me government, I think our platform really highlights that right now we're looking at this kind of we generation. And these are some of the submissions we got. The one on the right, or on your left, is the one that won, and the one on some of the submissions on the right were finalists. And one of the highlights was really the very critical design blog under consideration. Their headline was SFMTA's spec logo doesn't suck. So that was very positive. Another submission that was really wonderful by a designer submitted, I'm an old school Muni F-line operator and most of my passengers are tourists. They constantly remind me how beautiful our city is and I'm trying to capture their enthusiasm. But first, the disclaimer, yes, I lack computer graphics skills and no grandchildren were used to draw my logo. He's an F-train driver. He submitted a logo. If we had issued an RFP, he never would have been able to compete in this challenge. So we've opened this up to a whole new segment, a whole new demographic. And then just one more example, look at the level of work that went into this. They showed what their logo would look like on letterhead, on a bus, on a Muni station. It's just phenomenal how much people really got into this. So that was a fun challenge. Other challenges, we're really not afraid to ask the hard questions. We asked residents to help us solve how to improve access to healthy and fresh food in the Tenderloin. The Tenderloin is a blighted neighborhood in the city. Low-income communities living in supportive and affordable housing. And what I wanted to point out with this is that these challenges are really community challenges. There's nonprofits, there's residents that have been invested in these types of questions for a very long time. So from the very beginning, when we were crafting this challenge, we brought them on. We made them partners. Nonprofits, our city agencies, Zendesk was the sponsor. They're a local technology company who moved into the neighborhood. And then also, for every challenge, we have a panel of judges. And you'll see, actually, the judge on the bottom, Mr. Jim Ayers, is actually a resident of one of the affordable housing units. So we really brought them in, and really, we wanted them to be a part of this. And then the really great thing was that one of the winners of this challenge, Zendesk put up a prize, which was your dream day in San Francisco. Joseph T. won this prize for his idea called Loaves and Fishes, and Joseph T. is a resident of that neighborhood. So really great investment in the question. Our current challenge, the last time I checked in with the mayor, we had over 2,000 submissions, but now the challenge is closed and we actually have 3,435. There was an overwhelming response, and this challenge was really wonderful because it provided an opportunity for parents and children to kind of work together to create ideas. This is my personal favorite, the flying library squid. I hope this one wins. That will be printed, I hope, on one of our library cards. And then another feature to point out from the site is the love it, like it, it's okay. So that's how you vote on ideas. And then talking about prizes and points, we award prizes for each one of our challenges to the winners, but we also wanted to reward participation because, again, it's about generating a community around civic problem solving. So the more you participate, you submit ideas, you comment, you like things, you earn points for that. When other people like your stuff, you earn points for that. And you can trade those points in for really fun prizes. We've got gift certificates donated from our sponsors, food vouchers, and then my personal favorite is a voicemail greeting from Mayor Lee. He is definitely the coolest mayor. So another thing to point out with this is you can see on the left, this is our leaderboard. This is how much people are participating, and they've earned a lot of points. And they're not just cashing them in for prizes, they're actually participating because they care. So Mayor Lee mentioned this challenge, but this is our challenge that we're just launching today, what would inspire you to share your home energy data. And this is just the first step, because what we're going to do is we're going to take that winning idea and we're going to put that forth as part of a hackathon challenge to ask developers to take these two janky data platforms that we have, PG&E, and which is not easy to use, not easy. The green button is awesome, it's terrific, but PG&E has not made it easy to get your data. And then we have another janky platform, Energy Savvy, which is great. It takes a survey, and both of these data sets are really what make the energy data useful. So we're going to ask developers to actually build a solution to streamline getting that data, and then build into it the feature of what inspires people to share that data. So that's really my last slide, and I think I would just conclude with what Improve SF has taught us. Maybe I can just say this through a metaphor, I guess. I was driving down the freeway, and I was sitting in my car, and I was stuck in traffic, and there was a billboard, and it said, "You're not stuck in traffic, you are the traffic." Right? And you don't just live in a city, you are the city, and Improve SF has really helped us kind of illustrate that message. So go to ImproveSF.com, share your energy data with us. Thank you very much.